Hello, my name is Luthfan and I'm from Gifu University, Japan. This time, I will share about my research that focusing on the impact of soil clod and seeding rates on soybean seedling establishment and yield using the Bayesian approach. So let's get started. The establishment of soybean seedling is largely affected by environmental conditions, including precipitation and soil properties, which often affect the final yield. Here in Japan, most of the soybean are cultivated in upland fields converted from paddy fields. We usually sow the seed right after the rainy season in July. However, soil clod easily form in the field right after the heavy rain, and we hypothesize that this could affect both of seedling establishment and final yield. Thus, in this study, we try to utilize the soil clod presence information as surrogate covariate of the soil properties in investigating yield performance. In this study, we were using the UAV imagery process using YOLACT algorithm to simultaneously assess the established seedling numbers and soil clod percentage on the field. Furthermore, we also implement an on-farm experiment to test several seeding rates in the fields in order to get the insight of how soil clod affecting the yield establishment and the seedling establishment and yield. For the statistical analysis, we implement multi-level mediation analysis using the Bayesian approach. Initially, we're expecting that there are direct effects of soil clod to the final soybean yield. However, an indirect effect of soil clod to the soybean yield through the mediator variables that is seedling establishment might also present. We're also calculating the total effect of soil clod in impacting soybean yield. First, the indirect effect of soil clod notably affected yield through the seedling numbers during the emergent stage. The presence of soil clod in the field could hinder the seedling emergence as the growing seedlings need to overcome the soil impedance of the clods and soil compaction, which could lead to seedling mortality. Second, the direct effect of soil clod presence might reflect in the lower field drainage capability or water holding capacity that directly affecting the yield. In overall, soil clod is negatively affect the final yield of soybean. Next is the effect of seeding rates on the seedling establishment and yield. So let's focus on the first graph. There were significant discrepancies in the seedling numbers between the two fields. We expect that the discrepancies was mainly caused by the different type of seed size used in each field. Larger seeds were sown in the field 2, which induced better establishment in the field with soil clod presence. However, in the second graph, the yield performance of field 1 was much higher than that of the field 2, even in the low seeding rates. That's indicating field 1 might have the better environment for yield than field 2. Other factors during the vegetation and reproduction stages that were not accounted for in our models might also significantly impact the final yield. And in summary, the research has provided the evidence of the soil clod appearance in the field measured using the RGB imagery were directly and indirectly affected soybean yield through the seedling establishment. That's all. Thank you very much.